Well, hello there. It's Beards and Bangers. I'll turn this way because I'm had the sun in the wrong place. Hello, Beards and Bangers. Today we're at the Kop Hill Climb. I'll explain what the Kop Hill Climb is for those of you that don't know in a moment. But yeah, I'm here on this glorious Saturday. Indian summer is really beneficial. I've come today in Miranda, who is my project Rover 75. So this is the car that I'm going to flip, that I got off Tom, one of my subscribers and friends. So yeah, it's her first outing under my ownership. I thought I'd give her a run up here today just to keep her battery in fine fettle. But yeah, gonna have a look at some pretty interesting cars. Hopefully gonna hear some very nice sounds as well, because those cars have got to get up quite a steep hill. We're in Princess Risborough, just in the Chilterns, near where I live, and we'll see what we got to have a look at. Welcome to Beards and Bangers. So the event's about to kick off. You're going to struggle to hear me a little bit because the sound system is pretty good here, so it is more about watching and listening. Hopefully they won't talk when the cars are going up the hill. So 9:45, first car's about to go up. So let's have a wander up into one of these little viewing areas. Have a look.
Yeah, absolutely brilliant. And like you say, this year you're only a few thousand short of raising £1 million for charities, all local charities. So meetings here at Kop Hill, and we are ready to go. Welcome to the Kop Hill Climb for 2023. As the red car,
so that's the marshal. He's opened the show.
Going up the hill, just clearing the way.
We're going to see the first car, which is a Bernier, in just a second.
Mind you, I don't think that's going to be happening, is it?
So here we go, Edwardian cars first. So the first class is the Edwardian.
So this is how things unfold here at Kop Hill.
Proper vintage cars.
Never been here before. Each of the cars takes to the start line. The Union Jack starts proceeding by the and the cars will file one by one. They had from 1912. Really carrying some of the motorsport technology that is today. Drive front, it has double overhead cams and 4 valves in its cylinders. So, real. Well, of course, the investigations into alternative fuels is nothing new in motoring, and there's an example of it there with that wonderful Stanley 607 steam-powered vehicle from 1914. Not on coal, might I add, but powered, of course, by kerosene and later gas as well. Those cars being quite popular in.
So what is the Kop Hill Climb? Well, it was a hill climb event that was started in 1910, and of course back in 1910, a car getting up a steep hill, and if we just squeeze around here, wait for these people to move past, you see we've got pretty steady incline. And for a car to make it up that in that era was quite something. There was a competition, it was competitive, there were timed hill climbs, and it ran through to 1925. It was actually stopped because a spectator had their leg broken, so the RAC banned racing and competition on public roads in the UK. In '93 they relaunched it for 1 year, but in 2009 they started doing it again seriously. It's been an annual event since 2009. I think so far they've made about £860,000 in the last 14 years, which is incredible. So they're really hoping this year they can get to the million. Going to have a wander through here, because if we get away from the noise, I do apologise. The speakers, the PA system is very good. So it's probably quite hard for you to hear, but we will get some action in due course. So we're in the paddock now, and we've got a plethora of things to look at. Obviously there's the usual trade stand selling, reminds me of Harry Enfield. You've got people selling overpriced shit, as that famous sketch said. Now here we got some of my kind of stuff, some very early MGs. Of course this year is the 100th anniversary of MG. So we've got some quite early MGs here. These look absolutely lovely. So people, it's a big event in Buckinghamshire. People bring their pride and joys from the local area, and yeah, coming into the paddock is actually a really good opportunity to see the cars, because they got in the blink of an eye, and that's very nice. That MGL, that's a magnet, pillarless magnet. That is lovely. That's very interesting. An MG NB from 1936. Look at that body. Now that is quite, that's kind of, you're getting towards the sort of MGA style there. That's interesting. So obviously it's 20 years before the MGA was built, but that's really quite a sporting body for the period. 1936, of course, we think of cars like the one behind it there. So this is an interesting car. I'm guessing this is a straight six. It's a 1300 straight six, so lovely, efficient, but you know, small capacity. So I was chatting to the gentleman who owns the car. It's actually the chassis is 1936, but it was the coachwork was actually redone in the mid-50s, so that's why it's got the more sort of slightly MGA style appearance. We've got a nice little assortment of 1930s MGs here, and that's slightly later, I think, that one. We've got an MGA here, which is one of my favourite cars. Another MGA, and then we've got a B behind it. So we've got a nice little assortment of MGs. We've got some more modern cars here. We've got a lineup of Porsches. We've got some very new ones, and then we've got over there, we've got that GT3 over there. But then we've got you know, classic sort of the classic Porsche over there. That looks lovely in that British racing green. That's an MGC. Sorry, that's an MGC. I've got it right, so no one can tell me off. An MGC there. And then we've got a couple of larger. We've got an MG Magnet, I think, possibly that one. And then next we've got an Alvis. So another Alvis. I don't know if we saw this one last week at Cheersley, but that's a particularly attractive car. So I won't make any Tinker Tailor references today, because that's we did that last week, so we don't want to get repetitive. Just opposite the MGs, we've got this lovely little Lotus, and of course this is the design that Caterham and a whole host of kit car manufacturers copied. That was definitely a flat 4 engine starting up. That's one of the Porsches just revving up there. We've got a very nice T, I don't know what T, is that T6? Very nice Volkswagen anyway, I do like those. Let's have a little wander over here. Calm before the storm, I think, coming in here. That's a Triumph. It's a Dolomite, and that is clean, that's for sure. Got some more bits and bobs down here. Another Triumph Gloria there, and then there's something vintage pootling around the perimeter of the paddock. Another Triumph. We're all British so far, and then but opposite that we've got modern Porsches, we've got period MGs, and then we've got Ferraris. I think they're all. Got an interesting car here. This is a McLaren, I believe. Yeah, Renault Alpine. That's a rare beast. There's not many of those in the UK. So we've got some supercars here, and it's a real eclectic mix. So I'm thinking of taking the Streetwise actually up the hill next year, which might shock a few people. Clio, they're very nice, and a Scooby next to it, some kind of kit car, and then we've got a Sierra Cosworth, which looks like that's going to sound good when we hear that later on. Yeah, I've seen a few Sierras this year. It's really nice to see them. Oh, I think something's missing. No, this is a rear-engined car. I'm not quite sure what it is. It's got a Skoda engine. So it is a Super Estelle. There we are. Didn't recognise that. That's quite something. So it's, I say, real eclectic mix of stuff here. This is something. This is a Trabant, and then we've got next to Trabant something completely un-Trabant-esque, a Corvette. So we'll have a. We're not going to go around every car. We don't do that. We're just going to give you a flavour of the kind of variety that's here. Yeah, definitely got a bit of an American gathering here. And then are we British again here? I'm not sure. So we'll have a little look. So we've got some ACs. We've got, what have we got on the end? We've got a Jaguar XK of some sort, and that's quite something. Then we're back into vintage stuff again. So it's, yeah, you get quite a nice variety here. I haven't seen that. One of my favourite cars that does hill climb is a Jaguar D-Type Tajero with I think it's either 2 or 3 Weber carburetors, and it sounds absolutely glorious. It's great that the company that sort of relaunched this has really, you know, persevered and turned it into a, you know, really big event. Now this is interesting. This is a Sunbeam Talbot 90 drop head. Now that is quite beautiful, isn't it? I really like that. Even though my late father, who worked for Roots in his younger days, talked me out of ever buying a Roots Group car.
At the top of the climbing wall.
Nice moggy convertible there.
Brilliant thing to do.
I'm drawn to this Austin. This is an Austin Heavy 12.4. The reason I'm drawn to it, now this isn't my father's old car, but it's one very much like the one he had. So he also had a blue convertible Heavy 12.4, yeah, he sold his in about, I don't know, 2000. So he kept another one, which we'll reveal at some point. But yeah, this is really nice to see. This car's actually come from Australia, so it's the gentleman who owns it had it for about 20 years, and I'm quite nostalgic seeing this, because yeah, we used to go out in one of these when I was a kid. So what I love with these old cars is the cable brakes. So you've got to have you either got to be quite heavy, or have a lot of strength in your glutes to stop these cars. And this Morgan 3-wheeler behind, which I was just talking to the owner of this actually, and these are lovely. Yeah, so this has also got cable brakes. So he on this one he uses the handbrake to stop the front wheels, and then there's a pedal which deals with the back wheel. So yeah, cable brake. If anyone's ever experienced cable brakes, you'll know what I mean. I once did an emergency stop in my dad's one of my dad's Austin 12, and yeah, let me tell you, I did get the car to stop but I had to go home and change my pants shortly afterwards. But look, Fraser Nash. So we've got some classic, you know, vintage British metal here. Absolutely lovely. Looks like an aluminium body. So for lightness, you know, so we've got a real. It's just such an eclectic mix of cars here today, and always. Big Bentley. Now these are quite something. Isn't that absolutely lovely? And then a big Vauxhall next to it. So we've got another Alvis there. Finest car in Britain. Yeah, so oh no, look at this Lagonda. That's quite something. Seriously big cars, but unlike the big cars of today, these are big cars with substance. Another Fraser Nash. But that'll be nice to hear that. Looks like a Ford V8. No, it's not just a Ford 4-cylinder there. Dear little Austin 7. Nice Riley 2-seater there. So yeah, so people just sort of, yeah, they've got their cars here. They're all in categories. They're all numbered in numbered rows, and the marshals will call certain groups forward. So they're just giving notice for the next group to sort of be ready to get back to their cars. So you can bring your car and go up the hill and mingle as well, because they're very helpful. Very helpfully tell you when you're going to be on.
What's going to be your...
So we have got the TR register here. So lots of Triumphs. We've got Herald or Vitesse. Can't quite tell from here. We've got TR. We've got TR4 5 there. We've got another one there. We've got TR6, we've got TR8s, TR7s. So we've got all the TRs here representing. That's lovely, that yellow TR6. I do like that. TR3, so get going even older. So yeah, it's lovely to see all these cars here, because I think it's a Triumph birthday this year as well, isn't it? And then over the back we've got some MGs. Let's go and have a look at those. And I will be very careful not to misidentify any MGCs. Yeah, so this is the MG Car Club. It's the Magnet register, although I can only see one Magnet at the moment. Let's have a little wander. So a Magnet and a blue BGT over the back there, and then we've got this MGTA Tickford Tourer here. That's an MGC, I think. Oh, it's got a bit of a body kit and a slightly modified bonnet, but I'm pretty sure that is an MGC. MGGM it's got on the back, so I wonder if that's got something different under the bonnet. Could well have, with that modified bonnet there. Beautiful green Magnet, that's absolutely gorgeous. MGA and then a BGT V8, another A, RV8. Seen a few of those. I'm keen to, if anyone's got one of these, I'd love to do a review of one of these, because they are brilliant. Another B, and then a TF. So is that a 160? I'm not quite sure. I think it is. No, it's a 135. So that's going to be going up the hill later, and then a couple, a B and a midget, and then just behind we've got.
I got this. It's still cold.
Some more. Oh, lovely. Oh, a Sunspot, I think. Sunspot TF. B and a midget. Then we've got an E-type Jag. Is this the? No, it's not the one I saw last week. So that's got the. Those triple carburetors, that's lovely. Do like these. And we've got another T-type and another later midget along the back. So we've got plenty of MGs here, which is great. We on Beards and Bangers do like excellent MG representation. And we'll have a little wander over here, because we've got some more interesting metal. Oh, there's more MGs and Heelys over there. We'll have a look at those in a sec. So another E-type. Got a Caterham 7, I think it's a Caterham. Another SLK. Seeing a few of these now, as they definitely are modern classics. Some kind of kit car. Lovely Bentley. Another TR6. A couple of Marlin kit cars over the back there. So these are interesting cars, because if you look at the windscreen on these, I'll go up to this one because I recognise this car. The windscreen frame is actually structural, so you're not relying on the glass itself as you do in modern cars to be part of the structure. So these Marlin kit cars are great fun. This one, yeah, built. I think it's got an A series engine. I think it's from a Marina, so it's the longitudinal version of the A series engine. Another one next to it, Singer Vogue. That's interesting. See a bit of roots, bit Not many. No, indeed, they're quite rare. So that's really nice to see that here.
There's probably about half a dozen in the UK.
So the owner reckons about half a dozen left of these. So Singer Roots Group cars aren't my specialty, but it looks like there's a little owners club here today, which is brilliant.
We're more sort of post-war this today, tomorrow pre-war.
Yeah, so Jiddle was just saying post-war today, pre-war tomorrow, because this is a 2-day event. What have we got here? This is another Singer. So we've got lots of Singers, another Vogue there, so that's the sort of more American style one. And then this definitely isn't a Singer here. This is an Aston Martin. We've got, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Aston Martins in this little section here, including this rather lovely beast. Look at that engine. That's an engine. Look at those. Look at those Webbers, triple Webbers, which we know what they do. Yes. Little TVR on the end there, and then we've got, this is interesting, a little gathering, another TVR there, and then we've got this, a Lancia Integrale HF. So rally fans from the 80s will be excited to see this. Alpha convertible, and then a Lancia. Is that a Fulvia? I think it might be. Or is it too big to be a Fulvia? Let's have a look on the back. Flavia. Lancia Flavia. We've got some more Italian stuff over here. We're near the motorcycle start-up area, so it's a bit, do apologise for the noise. But it is what this video is about. It's a noisy day. So we've got some nice Maserati there, and then some more Alphas juxtaposed next to some Lagondas. Now look at these beasts. These really are magnificent creatures. They really are. And then I would have a little wander back over here. We've got some more metal to look at. Then we're actually pretty much done in the paddock, so we can have a quick look at some cars blasting up the hill. Now this is a teal, which I didn't even know was a thing, but there's a teal owners club, so it obviously is a thing, and that really is a quite lovely thing. BSA next to it, so that's quite rare these days. Another BSA, and then we've got some big Heelys, and this one's my favourite colour combination, the kind of metallic sky blue with the old English white lower down. These are one of my favourite cars. More big Heelys. We love big Heelys, they are just lovely. And there's a little Heely. There's a little Heely at the back. So we've got a Sprite in the middle, and of course you'll recognise the shape of the Sprite because it's pretty much the same as an MG midget. Just grabbed the opportunity to have a look inside the engine bay of a blower Bentley. Now these things were of course heavily used in motorsport in the 1930s, and the smell is just incredible. Absolutely lovely car. Let's squiz around here and have a look at the dials, of which there are many. And we've got some lovely fresh air coming in there with the canopy open. So yeah, quite something. These. We'll look forward to hopefully hearing one of these later on. This one is powered by synthetic fuel, so they're doing their bit for the environment as well.
Engine has been here on a number of occasions.
We're going to have a wander.
And it's now well done.
Wander now up to the paddock. Oh, this is interesting. Look, fire engine. So we've got some 1920 stuff coming through now. Yeah, so the Edwardian cars were up the hill first. Now we've got the slightly later. Look at this. going up and down. Dear little Austin 7. And then, what's this? Humber. And did we see this one at Cheersley last week? I'm not sure. So I'm gonna get to the bottom of the hill. It's hopefully the optimal place. So not too much PA noise, but we can begin to hear the cars.
Ladies and gentlemen, here raising money for charity, enjoying motoring history, not behind a velvet rope or in a museum, but moving.
Love to hear from you. I think that's his first time in Kop Hill.
So familiar with sewing machines, but if I was, I'm sure I would. I think that was exactly smooth enough to be a sewing machine. Alvis SD 1250, Benjamin Steve, special bodied Austin 7. That's not only won races at Brooklands, but also broke lap speed record. Fraser Nash Supersport then, ladies and gentlemen, from 1927, with Twinkle navigating their way up to the top with Maddie at the wheel. Bentley Boys era, and this is a fantastic example of how Bentley conquered the world via the world's motorsport circuits with their wonderful.
And behind the Hurlingham then we have a Morgan.
Austin 7 Opel, give him a big cheer!
And number 200, the Ridey behind us.
So I've come up into the car park now. We've actually got some metal parked up here, so away from the paddock. So I don't know if it's some sort of display later on, but this stag's rather nice, as is this Golf Cabrio. I'm just making my way to the top of the field. Hopefully there's not too many speakers up there and we can actually get some decent footage of MGA's lovely. Some decent footage of the cars trying to get up the hill. I think it does get easier as day goes on because we go from oldest to newest. Look at that Cadillac. That's a work of something, isn't it? Jeepers. Lovely. Another magnet. And a little A30 next to it. That's lovely.
They were a real challenge to these vehicles to make sure that they could actually get up a hill like this. That was part of the competition. So Park of the Course has just informed me that we've got one more car to come back down.
Vauxhall Viva, look at that.
Over to one side of the start line here to allow the vehicle that's going to descend past us in a moment to get back out the way he came in. And when we do get that vehicle turned round, give him a big cheer.
I wonder.
As they come
Yeah,
down
it looks a
the
bit
hill,
quiet, I'd
because
say.
Everyone's here trying their hardest to get these 100-year-old plus vehicles.
Interesting
up the hill.
Beetle conversion.
It's lovely just to show a bit of love as they come back down. As we have our Ford Model A hot rod sat on the start line at the moment, and of course behind.
So we're about to get some noise because it's the hot rods, so new category. They'll be the fastest things we've seen so far. We've got a Ford coming up now. Isn't that fun? So we've got a Lagonda coming up, not quite as quick as the Ford that went ahead of it, but it's going to sound nice, I know that. Let's listen to this. Ferrari.
Coming up now, and
Lovely raspy exhaust.
got metal grey,
So there we are, I've done the first half of Kop Hill Climb 2023. Just a short video, just to give you a flavour. You've seen the paddock, you've seen some of the cars going up the hill. So thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit like, subscribe, share, blah, 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 blah. Because there'll be another car show tomorrow as we draw the 2023 car season to a close. But for now, thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next episode of Beards and Bangers. Goodbye.